Good morning, welcome to 59 Minutes. My name is Levi Kones. This morning we're going to be discussing matters to do with energy efficient systems, to talk about how you can use energy better in even day-to-day activities, in getting better lighting for yourself and things like that. And I'll be speaking to the CEO of MobileMART Systems, Eddie Ranji. And before we do that, let me just play something, then we come back.
We were born on a beautiful planet, but in our quest to make our lives more comfortable,
managing energy use in buildings is a constant challenge. We know that for those responsible, it is a role with intense, target-driven pressures. And the biggest obstacle to hitting those targets in most buildings and estates? Simple. You can't reduce energy use when you don't know where it's being wasted. The data you have is unclear, incomplete, and from disparate sources. Your meters don't talk to each other, and you don't have a clear overview to base your decisions on. That is the story for thousands of property and facility managers around the world right now. And solving that issue is what we are all about. That's why we developed Eniscope, an advanced end-to-end real-time energy management system. It starts with this little box, seamlessly and safely installed without disruption. It becomes your gateway to a world of building information. Connecting to your power supply within minutes, Eniscope intelligently uses a combination of onboard metering and wireless IoT sensors to monitor and record not just electricity data, but gas, water, temperature, occupancy, and much more besides. Real-time connection to the cloud means we can send all that information to a single, intuitive software platform, however big the property portfolio. The Eniscope platform gives you complete visibility of your estate's energy profile, whatever your location. And with the power of big data at your fingertips and our wireless control functions now available as standard, you can manage it all remotely, even from your smartphone. Hitting demanding energy targets becomes readily achievable. Opportunities for saving are highlighted to you on a daily basis, and top performers are benchmarked, with best practice easily shared across the estate. And what's more, the extra visibility means you can safely invest in retrofit technologies, like new LED lighting or intelligent motor control, in the knowledge that you will be able to see, measure and verify their impact. Eniscope is the result of years spent working closely with people just like you, working hard in property, utilities, energy supply and facilities management around the world. We've listened to your unique experiences and your desires for a new energy tool, and this is the result: the world's most complete energy management solution.
About and so much more on the green energy solutions. Eddie Ranji, welcome.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you very much, Kones.
Yeah, maybe before you say anything about what Eniscope is, tell us a little bit about yourself and MobileMART Systems. Ulianza namna gani?
Well, thank you very much. I started the energy systems like about 7-8 years ago, where when the government banned the use of charcoal in the country. And because of that, there was a very big gap in terms of who is going to use what for cooking. And this was brought about by climate changes. We could not cut down the trees anymore. And then there was a gap. So my brother and I thought about how to solve this challenge. And that's how we entered into the green energy market, where we were developing briquettes that are used for cooking. And it's been going pretty well over a period of time. Then we moved on to a period, and life was moving until the last 3 years, when again we were hit by COVID. This was again another challenge, because what happens with COVID, it means most of the businesses were not operating. And then we had high bills that are coming up from the electricity bills. And then we thought, let's look for another solution that we can be able to save on the Kenya Power bills. And that's how we got partnership with Best Energy, which is a UK company that uses artificial intelligence and Internet of Things to save on electricity bills by energy management. That's how we got ourselves into it, and that's what we run right now, where we use Eniscope in buildings, we use them in schools, we use it also in restaurants, in supermarkets, and we're able to save down on electricity bill to a tune of about 20%.
Okay.
Yes.
So break it down for us. What is Eniscope? For the layman watching us and wondering,
Yes. It is a device which is both hardware and software that is connected to the consumer unit in your building, in your enterprise, in your home. And then the Eniscope, when it's connected there, it's able to read how much kilowatt you're actually spending in a day, in a month, in a year. And it will be able to tell you where you're wasting energy. When we talk about energy efficiency, we mean about energy losses. But how does this happen? Well, in the beginning, we all wanted light. We all wanted power. We all wanted to light and cook and all that. But over a period of time, we learned that we are spending too much in the energy sector, where bills of electricity keep going up and up. And I know the government has done really well to reduce on the cost of bills of energy, like what our beloved president did last year during Jamhuri Day, by reducing the power bills by 30% in two phases of 15% and 15%. So now Eniscope comes here like an intelligent device that is able to control where energy is getting lost in 4 areas. We have gas, we have water, we also have humidity, and we also have the cold moments. So how does it do that? It will be able to intelligently tap where maybe light is not being used, and it will be able to dim on the light that is being used in a building. Like now we have light here. If we walk out of this building, we don't need this light to be lighting. So what happens? Eniscope is intelligent enough to be able to reduce the light that is in this room. If, for example, a refrigerator is left
Does it reduce it to the point of switching it off?
Yes, absolutely. Those are those are configurations that you make and tell it, reduce it by this percentage or even switch it off completely. Now, looking at a refrigerator, for example, when you put stuff in the refrigerator and you don't need them, when they cool at a particular degree, they don't need to cool beyond that. So like the way a thermostat does, it's able to regulate that temperature through a device called Qs and actually even reduce how much energy is going into that particular refrigerator. Another very good example, like you've seen in the video, is something like a lift or an elevator. When a lift is going up and an elevator, it doesn't require the same amount of energy with one person as though when it has 10 people. But typically, the 240 volts that is supplied by the power, whether it has one person or 10 people going in the elevator,
It distributes the same.
It distributes the same. So Eniscope is able to tell how much is required to be given out so that it can perform the exercise. And we are able to save energy on that one.
How does it do that? That's very interesting.
It has devices that are connected which will intelligently, you see we are talking about artificial intelligence here.
Yeah.
We are talking about intelligence or Internet of Things. So in this case, if we address like humidity, this room, there is an aircon here. But should it be cold all the time, whether there's somebody here or not?
There should be a regulation.
There's a regulation. Now, this Eniscope is the regulator for that, and it controls. That's what it does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing. So do you put it like, for example, let's say you get it, you attach it to the power grid that comes into your
Consumer
house
unit.
before it now goes.
Yes.
not
Right
consumes.
away from where the Kenya Power Consumer Unit meter is, that's where we tie in the Eniscope. Then we have like the air devices, which we'll put in places for humidity. Also for the refrigerator, we have the Qs system. And also another very interesting one, I would give an example in one of the hotels that we have installed the Eniscope. And then we discovered that the dishwashing machine had a leakage. And nobody would know that actually they're paying heavy bills because of a leakage, because of a dishwashing machine. And the moment we installed in the Eniscope and we were able to tell, you're losing a lot of energy from here, and that's what we call now the energy management. At that point of installation, the first thing that happens with Eniscope is that it does an energy audit. What is an energy audit? It's able to tell you, this is the kilowatt hour you're actually spending in a day, in a month, in a year, But based on the wattage of all the devices that you have in your enterprise, in your apartment, in your home, this is the actual amount of energy that you would be spending. So with the audit, it can pick this is where you lose it, this is where you lose it, and then gives an advice on how we're going to regulate it. Then we control it, and that's what we mean by energy management. And that's what the Eniscope does.
Some would say that, you know, this would amount to making people lazier.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
What do you think?
Okay.
What will you say? No.
Well, it's technology. You know, the beauty about technology and why I love technology, I've been in the IT industry from the year 2000, worked in different companies in Kenya in IT support. And one thing I like about technology, it doesn't make you lazy. It makes work easier for you so that you can concentrate on other things. Yeah? Why do you want to spend all the time doing a task that technology can do for you? If I save you energy where you're losing it, you know, you can't actually tell where energy is getting lost. You cannot tell.
The Mzungu said work hard.
Yes.
What's work smart?
But now we're
not
working.
work hard.
Yes, no, work smart. So we are now using technology to solve the challenges that we cannot see with our own naked eyes. I mean, in your house, like if I ask you how much bill do you pay in a month for your monthly bill?
Yeah, between 3 and 5.
Every day you'll be complaining. What does it what happens so that it can get to 3?
Yeah.
I mean, you left the house and they also forgot to switch off the
Yeah, my
lights.
mother got a bill of 10,000 bob, and she's in the village.
Now you wonder, how did that 10,000 bob come about? If,
It's a case we are having with the power company. We are like, really,
we will discuss
Yeah.
that when we get to the point now of the other solution that we have.
Yeah.
As you can see, MobileMART solutions or systems is where we use technology to make life easier and better for people. And I know in our next moment slide that we are going to see now how we are going to use some other very beautiful technology of solar, and that how you pay 10,000 shillings in a month will actually be reduced to about 2,000 or 1,000 shillings in a month.
yeah, but getting to know, like, for example, in especially industrial companies,
Yes.
and even people's homes, tell me, in terms of not just knowing what your usage is going to be like, what's the game changer here that you tell people this is why you must get it?
The game changer here is that you know you're paying for what you're using. You know what you're using. You're not spending on something that you could have saved. At the end of the day, we all want to save a penny in the pocket. I mean, right now we're talking about the high cost of living. So if I can save on energy, which is a huge factor, because energy, like, it's a driving force, you know. You saw the other day when petrol prices went up, everything just went up. So if we could have that technology that would reduce how much you would spend for that particular matter on gas, then we are lucky. And Eniscope will help in terms of gas for corporate organizations on how much they're spending on that. More so, the energy management, that's what we are talking about here.
Yeah.
We want to know what are we using. We have companies here paying high bills at tune of 10 million. If we are able via Eniscope to save you 20% of 10 million, what are you looking at here?
That's
Is
2
it-
million shillings, yeah.
That's enough to pay HR for a period of 1 year, you know. And how we do it with the Eniscope, we enter into a contract of 5 years. We don't charge you for installations of the Eniscope. What we do, you lease the services. So we come and install the Eniscope at our cost. We enter into a contractual term of about 5 years, and what we save is what you pay us from. And we divide that revenue by 50-50. So if we're going to save you 2 million, you will pay us 1 million bucks, and you'll be left with $1 million bob on a contractual term for 5 years, renewable to another 5 years, because the device has a warranty of 10 years.
I like that. What you save
Is what
is
you
what we
will
talk
pay.
about.
We don't want you to go back to your pocket. You pay from what you save.
Yeah, that's very, very interesting. Is there any plus side to the power company?
Well, in fact, the plus sign to the power company is huger than you think, because it's not that the power company is very happy when you're paying it and you're wasting energy. That energy could be used in other parts of the country
They
where
could supply
there's
someone
no
else.
electricity. Yes, it will go to those places where we don't have power. So don't waste it here. Save it here so that the government can extend it to the rural areas where there is no power. so that we don't keep struggling that we don't have enough wattage. We don't have the geothermal. Everybody has exhausted it. And geothermal is getting exhausted just because we are not controlling the way we are using energy from the facilities that we have.
Yeah.
So this is now a very life-changing thing, and it's going to save that energy, and it can actually help us to make sure that every part of Kenya, there is electricity using the current infrastructure.
Yeah, because after all, we all know we don't have enough power. Anyway.
We don't. So let's work to save what we already have, conserve it, so that we can reach out there to those also who don't have it.
How long has this technology been around?
This is from Best Energy Systems Technology, which is a UK-based company. It's been there struggling with finding also solutions, like I have been trying to get solutions on how we can save on electricity and energy usage. So it's been there for the last 5 years, but before it was doing a specific task. It would go to a refrigerator and develop a thermostat on how the refrigerator can be controlled. It will go to the bulb and develop the LED lights. You know, the LED lights also save a lot.
Yeah, because they last longer there.
They last longer, so it will develop that. And now Eniscope has been launched in 2019, in the last 2-3 years. That's when this system has been fully developed. And now it's already in the market in very many countries outside Kenya. But now here in Kenya, we are the guys who are bringing it here as a technology with also other partners of Best Energy.
Yeah, with the message, let's try and conserve energy.
Absolutely, that's what we want to do.
I can imagine parents would really be, interested because, we are always singing the song, switch off the lights.
Yes.
Even this morning, I was telling somebody right here in this office, if you're going to leave a room and the lights are on.
Yeah.
And you're actually walking away from it, who are you leaving those lights on for?
There's something that, Connors, that really makes me feel bad,
Yeah.
Like in the place where I come from, we've been struggling without street lights for a couple of times. And I want to say thank you very much to our Member of Parliament, Mr. Judy Jomo, who actually gave us a very good street lights.
What constituency is this?
But this is the Kiambaa constituency.
Kiambaa.
Yes. He gave us very good street lights. But I feel really bad when I see the whole day the street lights are on.
Yeah, that
and it's not only in Kiambu, it could also happen.
You feel bad too. Even me, I look at it, I'm like, really?
Really? What's happening here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so when you say it's making people lazy, it doesn't make people lazy. Because if we integrate such a device with that security system, then it will automatically switch off the lights. You don't need to go there to do it.
Yeah.
It will tell.
It takes care of the behavioral disorders that we have.
Exactly, yes.
Because there's a tendency, people tend to think, I'm in a company, so it doesn't matter. It's not my lights anyway. It's the company will pay for it.
How many times do we leave companies, the office in the evening, and you forgot to switch off the lights? And the whole night, and there's nobody in the entire premises, and the lights are on. Now, Eniscope will be able to tell, man, here, there's nobody here. Does
it use a motion sensor to do that?
Yes, it has a motion sensor that is connected in every place that is communicating with the Eniscope itself, and it's able to tell this is the time to switch off this is the time to switch on this.
Oh, that's great. It's like that light we put outside.
Yes.
That comes on when you're moving.
Like a motion sensor.
Yeah,
exactly.
And goes off when you're not.
When you're not there, yes. That's the technology, and that's also how it works. I mean, we're calling it Internet of Things and Artificial Intelligence. That's what it works. Yes.
Very interesting stuff.
Yeah.
I want to take our fast break there, and then when we come back, we'll check out a slideshow and talk about solar systems.
Thank you.
Because that's the way to go.
All right.
We'll be right back after this message. Don't go away.